So if you don't have personal boundaries in place, if you're very agreeable and you are afraid of being not liked, if you're a people pleaser, if you're more concerned about what people think of you than what's healthy and good and right for you, narcissists will see that and will invite you into his territory or her territory so that they can dominate you and have their way with you and choose how they want to use you and abuse you. If you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, there can be times when you ask yourself, how did I get into this relationship? Why were they attracted to me? It is a really important question to answer for yourself, to really go inside and look at what the conditions were that caused this person to be attracted to you. Because you can be targeted not only by this particular narcissist that you're asking this question about, but also many others. This world is filled with people who are fakers, who are looking for innocent victims to manipulate and gain whatever they can and their resources from them. So it's really important to really understand why a narcissist was attracted to you. First, I want to say that if you have gone through an experience with a narcissist who has gamed you and hurt you and betrayed you and shut you down and made you feel awful about yourself and driven you crazy, then I want you to understand that it wasn't you. It was them, and it's important for you to regain your sovereignty. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel at peace. You deserve to have a calm, predictable, peaceful life. No one deserves to be treated like an object and a pawn in someone else's game. And narcissists are great at that. They're great at minimizing the value of others and making you feel a low self-esteem, a low sense of self-worth, and making you care for them and think about their needs and how to stay on their good side. Which, by the way, spoiler alert, they don't actually have one. Everything they show you is a mask. It's a fraud. It's only when the aggressive, violent, and mean-spirited side of themselves comes out of them that you truly know the person that you're working with. It's important to remember those moments and be honest with yourself about the nature of this person, about who this person really is, because the mask that they have put in front of you to get control of you is a lie. So why was a narcissist attracted to you? It's important to understand that not all narcissists will be attracted to the same traits within a person. While some narcissists are attracted to people who have a lack of self-confidence because they can see a target they are easily able to control, other narcissists will be attracted to someone with a great sense of confidence because they lack a true sense of confidence within. All narcissists are attracted to physical appearance, as they look at people as objects for their use. Depending on how attractive you are, increases their sense of worth and status to their friends and their community members. If they go for someone that looks better than what everybody else has, then they increase their status. And they get to mask the fact that they feel inadequate inside. They look for selflessness, agreeable personalities, people who are easily led and have the ability to play the back seat, to allow someone else to lead them. They are also attracted to wounded people. A narcissist can smell your wounds a mile away. They can see where your insecurities are. That is what gets them hunting you, because they can see these openings within you. They can see where you're not so confident. They can see where they can take advantage of your mind and make you dependent upon their validation. Some narcissists are attracted to empowered people, very confident people. They enjoy the game and the thrill of the chase of somebody who's at the top of their game and feels very confident about that. They also enjoy egotistical confidence. They love commingling and chasing people who are filled with their own egotism too. It's a thrilling, risky ride for them that they very much enjoy. It's a rare occasion for them to find someone who could keep up good game with them, meaning that they might see somebody who has a great sense of confidence in themselves and their abilities, a great sense of business acumen, is a real go-getter, they want to be around that person. They want to be able to play cat and mouse and chase with that person because it's thrilling for them. They're risk takers. They feel nothing. They enjoy the chase and the adrenaline rush. And if they can get the person who has a great sense of confidence and empowerment, all the better. They're looking for a source of energy, a source of love, a source of commitment, that people will admire them, look up to them, applaud them, worship them. They look for a constant source who will be there for them to take care of their every whim, every concern, to nurture them when they have had difficult days, to be there for them in all ways, focusing only on the narcissist, never on themselves. They are looking for someone who will take care of them so that they can focus on their ambitions. Their ambitions are the most important thing to them because to a narcissist, the only thing that matters is how well others in the community will look up to you and applaud your accomplishments. They may not see what's going on behind closed doors and what a failure that narcissist is in their relationships, but they will see the car that they drive, they will see the house, the money they're making, the awards they're getting, the diplomas that they've earned, and they will see that their partner is constantly beside them. Even if the relationship has gone sour and it's not a good one, people will just see the loyalty and they will assume that this person has it all. And that's good enough for the narcissist. The narcissist isn't looking for quality relationships. They're looking to be served. If you are a person that is a people pleaser, if you lack your own ability to self-validate internally, meaning that if you don't really know what your worth is and your value is inside, and you don't create boundaries for yourself and tell people that this is how you deserve to be respected and treated, then you become an easy target for the narcissist because they're looking for people who don't know their self-worth, don't know how to speak up for their boundaries and stand in their truth. If they know that you're gracious and kind and you're willing to put up with their BS and pretend that it doesn't really matter, you're the perfect source for them because they love to be able to stomp all over your life and take everything they can and think only of themselves. They're looking for someone to depend upon, that they can control, someone that will raise their offspring, someone who will be able to validate them in the community around them, someone they can use their anger against, someone who can make them feel powerful. So why were you an easy target? Why did this narcissist in your life determine you to be the one that they wanted to be in a relationship with? There are many reasons that a narcissist targets someone. Oftentimes, though, it's about childhood wounding or relationship wounding. If you've experienced relationships in your childhood that invalidated you, that made you quiet, that made you submissive, that taught you to be pleasant rather than stand up for yourself. If you became the target of bullies and didn't ever know how to stand up to them and claim your power back, then you are a very attractive target for a narcissist. Oftentimes in childhood, we experience things that can be very devastating emotionally, psychologically, and physically. And if we haven't gone through processing those experiences and making peace with them within, if we haven't acknowledged those experiences that we've gone through and really looked at those experiences from an objective angle and said, this wasn't fair to me, what I really experienced was wrong, then you won't have any way to really advocate for yourself. Those childhood wounds will still be speaking in your life, still be showing themselves to outsiders. And you'll have kind of a hole inside that predators like narcissists can see very, very easily. If you had parents that didn't validate you, or if you experienced abuse of any kind, this would be the perfect scenario for a narcissist to become interested in wanting to have a relationship with you. Because this narcissist will know that you have a very low barrier for awareness of what you deserve. It will be easy for them to come in and give you whatever they decide to give you, and you will take it because you've already been conditioned that way as a child. Unless the narcissist hears about you having processed your emotional work and recovering yourself and healing from that, they will see a green light to go ahead and take advantage of you in the same ways and treat you badly in the same ways that you were treated either in your childhood or in some other kind of relationship that crossed the boundaries and hurt you in damaging ways. So if you don't have personal boundaries in place, if you're very agreeable and you are afraid of being not liked, if you're a people pleaser, if you're more concerned about what people think of you than what's healthy and good and right for you, narcissists will see that and will invite you into his territory or her territory so that they can dominate you and have their way with you and choose how they want to use you and abuse you. You will be an easy target for a narcissist if you don't know how to stand up for yourself and you don't know how to say what you deserve and what you expect. If you don't know how to create consequences for the relationship and actually be prepared to leave that relationship and head out on your own, then you will be an easy target. A narcissist will see that you have no inner strength to stand up and move forward on your own without them. They will put you in a position that will weaken you over time until they think they have you and you can no longer leave. And then the devaluing and the abuse campaign gets 10 times worse. One of the main reasons that people are easy targets for narcissists is because they weren't able to see beyond the charms and the mask. They might have had a fairy tale version of reality put before them, and they might have early childhood programming that is fairy tale-like that they have fallen for. This is the perfect person. They check all my boxes. They're better than I could have hoped for. I feel like I'm with the person of my dreams and they can do no wrong. The love bombing stage is very serious for a narcissist that's trying to win you over. They may have targeted you through your fairy tale programming. If you weren't able to catch them in their charms and manipulations of reality, then they know that they're going to be able to be just fine manipulating you inside of a relationship. You see, in the beginning of a relationship with a narcissist, there are lots of tests. They're testing you to see how far they can go. They're testing you to see what you'll put up with, how you'll react, what you'll do when they try to manipulate you and control you in certain ways. And it's all a game to them of learning how you'll respond to everything that they do and how they can always win. It's a game. You won't be playing a game, but they will, and you won't know it until it's much too late. They look for people who don't have that internal knowing and that ability to red flag them, meaning you have no emotional intelligence system that's intact with your sensory system, your intuitive system. All of that's one wisdom brain that works together. When you haven't repressed your emotions and your feelings, when you are in touch with what you've gone through and you are in honesty with yourself within, you have the ability to red flag people. You have the ability to see when someone's charming you or lying to you and see this behavior is very off. The things that they're saying and doing don't match. You can pick up subtle manipulations of what they're selling you or giving you to begin red flagging things before you get into a relationship with a person like this. But they look for people who don't have that internal knowing and that ability to red flag them. That's why your emotional intelligence and being in touch with your emotions and your truth is so important. Because if you're not, you are kind of just using your mind, which can be easily manipulated by anybody in their story, and you have no way of really vetting that with the truth in your gut. Another way that they're able to manipulate you is when you give away too much information about yourself too early, and you allowed it to be used against you. Oversharing comes from the need to be validated internally. If you get your validation externally from friends and people that you know around you, then you are in danger of attracting a narcissist into your life. Because a person who's internally validated, who knows their self-worth, has respect and deep love for themselves, and has an inner communication with themselves, will not need the validation of someone else. If someone else comes along and validates them that they respect, from a deep level, then that feels good to this person, but it does not change the behaviors and the direction that the person takes. Narcissists look for people who are not validated within. They look for people who never got the validation that they needed and yearn for it all the time. And they can see that you're working for people's validation. They can see how you respond to people, how you do things for others, how you're generous, how you allow yourself to be overused, how you have no boundaries in place and you'll put yourself out there for people even when it's to your detriment. But oversharing is one of those ways. You might be telling stories about all these things you've done for all these other people. And in their mind, they're calculating all the ways they are going to use you for their own selfish gain. Everything for the narcissist is about the narcissist. It's not about respect for you. It's not about validation for you. They'll tell you what you need and want to hear, but only because they're planning on using you for what they can get from you. I know that's really hard for people to hear, and I'm sorry that you have to wake up to this experience if someone is using you and abusing you. But it's really important that you embrace the truth, because the truth isn't here to make things worse for you. It's here to actually make things so much better for you. When you can accept the truth, no matter how ugly it can be, you are able to go beyond this experience and move away from this experience and become more enlightened and aware because of it and never have to repeat it again. Don't be afraid of the truth. Be afraid of people who lie. Be afraid of people who perpetrate a fraud on you. Be afraid because they're the cons. The truth is here to set it free, to make it right, to show you the way. When you're connected to the truth within, when you say, this person hurt me, they manipulated me, they were attracted to me, it's important for you to be honest with yourself and say, how did I make that easy for them? How did I make that easy for them to be in my life? What did I do that took something from them? Was it validation? Was it loneliness? What were they giving me that I wasn't giving myself? When you start really looking at that, when you start really looking at what it was that you got from the situation that was serving you, you'll begin to understand what your true needs are. And you can meet those for yourself. You don't have to have somebody around who's going to hurt you and manipulate you and control you. You don't need that. What you need is to be connected to the truth inside so that you can be set free and you can have a completely different experience. And if you want to know more about what you can do if you're living in a narcissistic relationship that you can't handle anymore, check out the video I'm going to link to above, because it's got all the information you need there. This topic is so important for you to really pay attention to. And I recommend you watch these videos over and over again so that you really seed this knowledge into you. You learn to accept it. You learn to be with the truth. You learn to empower the truth. Because if you're awakening to the fact that you have someone like this in your life, it means you're ready for change. So now it's your turn. If you have anything going on in your life that you need answers to, leave those in the comment section below. Every week, I answer questions from the comments section, and I record a video for you all so that you can get personal guidance on what's going on in your life and how you can handle it. And if you have any questions about a certain circumstance, leave that in the comment section. I will help you if you ask the question and you tell me what's happening. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel, and I appreciate you helping me grow. I just love you all so much, and I know that life can be so much better for you. There's no reason for you to be suffering anymore. Now that you know that you are suffering, now's the time to change that. It's never too late. Never, ever too late. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the best part of life. In my experience, if you've awoken to the awfulness going on around you, it means there's something much, much better for you outside of that door. Just walk outside of that door and close it behind you and move on. I love you. I hope you'll all be well, and I'll see you very soon.